morning, 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 morning. Hi. Okay, this is the last day of the book information to help you get your book out or give you helpful information on writing your book. So today what I'm going to talk about is everything you will never see written anywhere, the secret hacks to book publishing and getting your book out. You won't see it anywhere because with every culture, it's all that unwritten, unspoken, inside stuff that you don't learn until you're deep in it. So today what we're going to talk about is how do you get your book on New York Times? How do you get that line on the top of your book that says New York Times bestseller? And, sometimes some of these labels, you be like, how did she get or he get on the bestsellers list? New York Times bestselling author. So, and also, how did they get in Essence? They just coming out. How did they get in Essence? Publishers Weekly, how they get the gold seal of, they're in. Well, this is the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is that it's paid. If you have money, you could get in there, and that's sad to say. Now, they used to not accept self-publishers, independent publishers. Years ago, they only accepted if you came through a major publisher. But because the publishing world has changed, and people are self-publishing, independent publishing, hybrid publishing. If they just did the major publishers now, they wouldn't have a list every week. That's the truth of the matter. So what happens is it's a fee. It's a fee. New York Times has a marketing platform. To get in New York Times, where you buy that line that says best-selling author, that is anywhere from $1,800 to $3,600. To get a $1,800 listing in the first part of the table of contents, your book is $1,800. And their listings go all the way up to $30,000. You could get a one-page color, full page in New York Times listing for $8,000. And when you spend the big bucks, like publishers spend on, say, like James Patterson, he's got a full color in the front, full color on the back, on their New York Times weekly handout. So he gets the big advertising because he's getting the big bucks. And also Essence. Essence is a $3,000 charge to get listed in Essence. And also Publishers Weekly, it's a pay. To get the gold seal, it's $5.99, and you get the gold seal approval from Publishers Weekly, which, like I said, owns the book game. So this is not shared, it's not told, but what it is that if you have money now and you self-publish, you can get in the game, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. So you thought that all the books you saw with the New York Times bestsellers was a best-selling book and how many copies they sold. I hate to bust your bubble, but no, it's a fee. It's a cost. So that cost, I never paid it because my whole thing is that my books sell themselves and they move by word of mouth. So I never had to pay, maybe if I had some money just to jack, I would. But $1,800 just to have that New York Times best-selling author that they're endorsing you. It hasn't been proven that it sells that many books because nowadays people look at book reviews. That's what they look at. They go to the reviews, not that that on the top of your book, New York Times bestseller, Publishers Weekly seal of approval, or, Essence. Now, you still have to put together a professional work. It's not like they're going to look at your book, take your book just because you wrote it and paid them. It's still a vetting process. And you have to have a professional cover, professional book. You have to have all of that. And then when you submit to them, they will, read your book, etc., and then determine if you are eligible to pay those fees. But the first thing is that you have to have a professional work. They're not just going to take garbage because their reputation stands behind it. But if you have a good book, a good cover, an edited book, then you can get your books across these different venues for a fee. Now, if you were going to a traditional publisher, what happens with that is that the traditional publisher pays that. That's part of your marketing campaign. They put about maybe $300,000 into each author. So you're in People magazine, you're in New York Times, you might be enlisted in another magazine. It might be an interview in Harper's or whatever they feel that you would be best suited. So that's what happens with the major publishers. But once again, you're giving them 90% of every book you sell. So, you don't make any money. You just make the clout. So that's still, traditional versus non-traditional. So just more ways to make money. And then on a book flip that I talked about yesterday, where you buy your own copies and you sell them out of the trunk of your car, it's also people out here that sell books. Lots of them are in New York, where you could split the profit. So if it's a $10 profit, you could tell them, okay, put me on your book list that you're selling, and I'll give you $5 and just bring me back $5 each book. But they already have the clientele. In our city, they sell the bootleg movies and a lot of other stuff, and there are a lot of different places. And New York has a big business for that. They have the booths and the tables, and they're everywhere, and the bazaars. And so that's another strategy if you work with one of them, because they'll put your book, they have a array of books, and they'll put your books right with their other authors. So this ends the book information. I just want to be able to, so many people are writing books and needing book information. So I just wanted to share how to get your book up in the top. I'm going to leave with this story. On LinkedIn, I had, he was a marine biologist, and he contacted me. And he said, I don't know how you selling books, but I'm not selling my book. And I self-published. I bought 10,000 copies, and I haven't sold anything but maybe 50 or 100 to my family and friends. So I said, what's your strategy? He said, strategy? And I said, yeah, what's your strategy? What's your marketing plan? And guess what he told me? He said, well, the 10,000 books, I put them in my garage. And now I'm a marine biologist, and I've been a marine biologist for several decades. So I'm just waiting for people to contact me because it's a great book. And I said, sir, they'll be sitting there till they turn brown and rot. You have to get those books out of your garage. And I gave him a marketing plan to move those books. So, it is people that write books because they write them, they have a good story. But the truth is, you get busy. You have to if you're going to get the numbers up, you have to get busy. Just like with anything else that you're selling, you have to promote your book. Thank you. I just wanted to say, have a wonderful day and a wonderful Thursday. Bye-bye.